At the core of temporal subjection theory is the exploration of how our consciousness and perception of time are deeply intertwined with the fundamental nature of the universe. The inner workings of this concept can be broken down into several key components. Subjective experience of time. TST posits that time is not just an external dimension, but is also intimately connected with our subjective experience. The way we perceive and process time is a reflection of the internal workings of our consciousness. Quantum processes and the brain. The theory suggests that quantum processes within the brain might play a crucial role in shaping our experience of time. This includes the idea that quantum entanglement and superposition could influence how we process temporal information and how we experience different moments. Interconnection and feedback loops. The inner workings of TST involve feedback loops between the brain's processing of temporal information and the subjective experience of time. These loops could suggest that our perception of time is not a passive experience, but an active and dynamic process, shaped by both internal and external factors. Integration with holographic theory. TST incorporates elements of holographic theory, which proposes that the universe might be described as a two-dimensional surface, encoding three-dimensional information. This integration implies that our perception of time could be a holographic projection, influenced by both our brain's processing and the underlying quantum fabric of reality. Loop quantum gravity, LQG. LQG proposes that space-time itself is quantized, consisting of discrete units rather than being a continuous entity. TST suggests that this quantization of space-time could affect how we experience time, potentially influencing the brain's processing of temporal information. The discrete nature of space-time in LQG might provide a framework for understanding how our subjective experience aligns with the fundamental structure of the universe. Gravitational waves. Gravitational waves, as ripples in space-time caused by massive cosmic events, could have implications for our perception of time. TST explores how the effects of these waves might interact with the brain's temporal processing, potentially offering insights into how external gravitational influences could shape our subjective experience of time. Other dimensions and timelines. TST considers the possibility of other dimensions or parallel timelines, which could interact with or influence our perception of time. These additional dimensions might offer alternative pathways for processing temporal information and could provide a broader context for understanding the subjective experience of time. The interaction between different dimensions or timelines could facilitate complex feedback loops, influencing both the brain's processing and our overall experience of time. Abstract. This paper presents a compilation of speculative ideas and theoretical constructs related to the nature of time, gravity, and quantum phenomena. Some of the concepts discussed do not currently exist within established scientific frameworks, but are proposed to inspire further thought and investigation. The intention is to provide a conceptual foundation that may one day contribute to scientific advancements in these areas. The ideas presented are speculative and aimed at exploring new theoretical possibilities. While rooted in existing scientific knowledge, the concepts discussed include hypothetical constructs that have not yet been empirically validated or widely recognized within the scientific community. My theory provides a new perspective on the interplay between consciousness, reality, time, and theoretical frameworks such as string theory, loop quantum gravity, the growing block universe theory, the holographic universe theory, and the OR theory. You can live in someone else's answers, or you can ask for yourself, what is the universe? Then, ask the only question that matters, what is my universe? Clovis. What if my consciousness experiences all potential temporal or time dimensions and filters them down to what I perceive as the passage of time? A concept that aligns with certain philosophical and speculative theories about consciousness and the nature of reality. The idea alone would suggest that our individual subjective experience of time is just one aspect of a broader, multidimensional reality. What if quantum phenomenon creates our conscious experience and serves as a sort of lens through which the infinite possibilities of temporal dimensions are filtered and experienced. Does that result in our perception of a linear progression of time? Each moment in our subjective experience corresponds to a specific point along the continuum of potential futures, with our consciousness selecting and navigating through these possibilities. We still choose, but the perception of time erases us choosing in our conscious experienced reality. The relationship between consciousness and the underlying structure of space-time, as described in string theory, is complex and still the subject of much debate and exploration in both philosophy and physics. While string theory offers a mathematical framework for understanding the fundamental forces of the universe and the geometry of space-time, it does not directly address the nature of consciousness or its role in shaping our experience of reality. For now, consciousness remains a topic of study primarily within the fields of neuroscience, psychology, and philosophy, rather than within fundamental physics theories like string theory. Getting into the nature of reality, we confront questions about the underlying fabric of the universe, the existence of hidden time dimensions, and the fundamental forces that govern everything we know. We grapple with concepts of the deeper truths that lie beneath the surface of our everyday experience. Understanding consciousness and the nature of reality holds significance across multiple aspects of human curiosity. In philosophy, it prompts us to reconsider age-old questions about the nature of existence, the existence of the self, and the nature of truth. In science, it challenges us to push the boundaries of our understanding, exploring the frontiers of quantum mechanics, cosmology, and neuroscience. In spirituality, it invites us to explore the deeper dimensions of human experience, seeking meaning and purpose in a universe of infinite possibilities. Ultimately, the significance of understanding consciousness and the nature of reality lies in its potential to expand our horizons of knowledge and deepen our appreciation of existence. As we embark on this intellectual journey together, let us remain open to the possibilities that lie ahead, embracing the spirit of inquiry that drives us to seek answers to the profound questions that build our understanding of the universe. In the chapters that follow, we will dive deeper into the complexities of consciousness, quantum phenomena, and temporal dimensional spaces, exploring the interconnectedness of these concepts and their implications for our understanding of reality and the human experience. If I asked, "What is the universe?" I know everyone else has an objective answer, and I also know this is a big question with many layers. But when I ask the question, "What is the universe?" I get everyone else's answer. What I meant to ask was, what is my perception of the universe? I mean, how could anyone besides me possibly know? Let me explain where I am going with this. If I'm in a house with no windows and one door, now you come inside quickly, not allowing me any perception of outside and talk to me. I ask you what the weather is like outside. You explain to me that outside is a nice sunny day. I have no other means to tell what's going on outside besides your perspective. Your perspective is an abstract concept that I must interpret. But reality is subjective. So before I exit, I picture a nice sunny day in my head. Now I ask you, what is a nice sunny day? Can you picture it in your head? Is that picture the same as mine? How could you know? I exit the building and am disappointed at the slight cloud cover. You like clouds on a sunny day, I do not. Let's put two people in the room now. They have no way of knowing the world outside other than from each formed subjective perspective. Each reads a note in the room, asking them, "What do you think the weather is like outside?" Each comes to a conclusion on their own. Until they leave the box, both realities of the weather outside exist. But for the four-dimensional being to experience the third dimension, their temporal subjections or perceptions of time must overlap and create a shared three-dimensional representation of their movement in time, since each person is consciously aware of the other conscious perception of reality. As humans, our perspectives are influenced by other humans around us. Humans have shown that we can collectively learn over generations. It means that we build better technology generation after generation. Our sciences formulate new theories based off past sciences. But during this process of collecting knowledge, our life expectancy greatly reduces the amount of time that our brains can process information. This would explain why no single human has ever completed the sciences. By completion, what I mean is we still have open ends. We still have open ends in science, math, psychology, and well, you get the point. Human adaptation will clearly play a role in future generations, being able to retain information for longer periods of time, or indefinitely. But until then, we're forced to learn off the generation before us and adapt and try to better the information for the next generation. Time has been a central theme in learning. Now getting back to my view. I think this is important when asking, what is the universe? Specifically for this paper, I will focus on my perspective. Understanding consciousness and the nature of reality is fundamental to our exploration of the universe and our place within it. As we embark on this journey of inquiry, it becomes evident that these topics are not merely academic pursuits, but hold profound implications for our understanding of existence, perception, and the very fabric of reality itself. Consciousness is the essence of our subjective experience, the lens through which we perceive the world and interpret our existence. It is the source of our thoughts, emotions, and self-awareness. Yet it remains one of the greatest mysteries of human existence. Exploring consciousness allows us to delve into questions about the nature of identity, the origins of thought, and the boundaries of human cognition. Moreover, consciousness is intimately linked to our perception of reality. Reality, as we perceive it, is shaped by our conscious experience, filtered through the lens of our senses, thoughts, beliefs, and cultural norms. Yet, the nature of reality itself is far from straightforward. It is a complex tapestry of physical laws, mathematical structures, and emergent phenomena that defy easy explanation.